Welcome to another edition of Small Town Inc. I am actually in my hometown county in Western North Carolina. Unfortunately, my grandmother is in hospice care right now, so I've been here for about 6 days now, and kind of a tough time for my family. Thankfully, Sally and Chelsea, they're back at the shop, and they're kind of manning things and keeping things rolling. We've had the biggest month we've had probably ever, just about, and which was much needed to make up for a really bad January and February. We're caught up to where we were in 2024, and so that's really, really good. This feels so weird. I've never been this long away from the shop, besides like being on a vacation that was kind of pre-planned, and I would feel so guilty if I wasn't with my family right now. But at the same time, I still have guilt for not being at the shop. So huge thanks to Sally and Chelsea for keeping things rolling, especially during such a busy time. It's a little tough, and I have no idea how long I'm going to be here. But that said, I thought I could actually take some time to cut a few videos together while I'm here. So let's do it. All right, so I didn't capture the before of this, but essentially this was a wall in a hospital that was all about a family birthing center. It had babies all over the wall. The purpose for this space has changed, so we use Substance 2755 with laminate to completely transform the space. Okay. So you can see Magenta decided to help me out with this little project here. We had, this was a project for a local power company, and they brought in several different pipes for us to wrap to make it look like a light pole, telephone pole, whatever you want to call it. And I think what they're using this for is for a float and a parade. We tried installing this a number of different ways, probably 5 different ways, none of which worked very good. It was a very laborious project to get out all of the bubbles, but they turned out relatively good. Pretty happy with how they are. So you can see that. Quite a transformation. All right, here we are doing a contour cut on a brick vinyl project. So we actually printed this on Substance 444. We laminated it and then custom contour cut it. You can see here it is completely weeded out and it's masked. So Magenta helped us mask this, as she likes to do. They wanted this installed. It's their location's on a busy highway, and they wanted the words injury attorneys put on the side of their building. We had suggested doing acrylic letters for this project, but wasn't in the budget, so we went with the custom contour cut brick vinyl, which is pretty neat. You can see the difference with the T on the left is it's been heated. The one that's being peeled off right now has not, so we carefully peel it off, and then we use a heat gun and a roller to get it into the grooves there. And you can see how we hinge and cut in between each letter to make it easier to handle the install. Turned out looking pretty good. Now this is something that new that we have been doing with Leatherette patches, is using a combination of the CO2 laser and the fiber laser. The CO2 laser is far superior when it comes to cutting through the leather. So what we like to do is cut out the shapes of our Leatherette patches first, and then bring it to the fiber laser to do the actual engraving. You can see here it is way faster to handle the engraving part on the fiber laser, way faster. Plus it leaves absolutely zero soot compared to the CO2. So the only soot that we have is the edges where it was cut out on the CO2. So we really like this method for doing leatherettes. And personally, I find it a lot easier to get fine details on the fiber laser than I can with my CO2. I'm totally a laser novice, so it's probably me. But for me personally, I can do it so much better, and we get better results engraving on the fiber. All right, guys, so that is it for this edition of Small Town Ink. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you very soon. Take care.